You have said since really right after the shooting that it was P. Diddy who shot you.
I was standing by the front door. I watched the entire thing out. It was just male machismo and bravado at first. A lot of pushing and shoving, raised voices, hands, but then I saw them reach in their waist and draw from their hip.
Diddy is the one who shot her at that club.
Instead of an entourage, Sean Diddy Combs got a police escort to jail Monday. This after the 45-year-old reportedly swung a kettlebell at UCLA football strength and conditioning coordinator Sal Alosi.
Sean Diddy Combs being escorted from a police car in handcuffs.
Year 1992, 1999, 2015, 2017, 2019, 2023, and 2024. All these years, Sean Diddy Combs has faced multiple legal troubles, but always escaped charges. Sean Diddy Combs is currently facing a slew of allegations, including connections to a federal sex trafficking investigation. But it's not the first time the bad boy musician crossed paths with the law. Diddy's award-studded career spanning 3 decades has long been larded by a laundry list of legal troubles, including sexual assault, rape allegations, and criminal possession of a weapon. Nearly all the allegations have been denied by his lawyers and later dismissed. 1992, Diddy tied to deadly stampede in Harlem. In 1992, several people were killed and injured during a celebrity basketball game in Harlem, New York. Diddy was one of the promoters of the event. No charges were filed against him. There was no way out. The haunted brother of a 20-year-old college student who died during a stampede at a Diddy-backed 1991 celebrity basketball game believes karma is catching up to the embattled mogul. Jason Swain's sibling, Dirk, was one of 9 people who were crushed to death after a crowd rushed to enter the oversold event inside a city college gymnasium. Swain, now 49, told the Post this week, "I believe in karma. He never really owned up to anything. He never told us he was sorry. Whatever is going on with him now, I guess it was meant to be. But me, I lost everything that day. I lost my big brother. I lost my best friend." No criminal charges were ever brought following the tragic event. A New York judge ruling on a civil case brought in relation to it would eventually pin partial blame for the tragedy on Combs, asserting that he didn't properly organize the event and was negligent in failing to provide adequate security. The college was also found liable. Victims' families said at the time Combs resisted accountability and never properly apologized to them. Swain's late mother, Barbara Swain, told media outlets well after the incident that she longed for Diddy to take some responsibility for the debacle that claimed her son. She told the Daily News in 1998, "I want Sean to step up to the plate and say, I made a mistake. I shouldn't have done this." Bronx-born Charisse Miles was just 21 when she purchased a ticket to the extravaganza and excitedly boarded a subway train to City College. Diddy later weathered the City College controversy and went on to superstardom after he established Bad Boy Records. He addressed the incident in 1998 during a court hearing on the case, well after he had established himself as an industry giant. According to the New York Times, he said, "City College is something I deal with every day of my life. But the things that I deal with can in no way measure up to the pain that the families deal with. I just pray for the families and pray for the children who lost their lives every day." Diddy paid out several settlements related to the case, ending with a final payment in 2000 that closed the legal book on the City College stampede. 1999, Diddy arrested along with Jennifer Lopez. After FBI raids on his homes, past allegations, including his involvement in a 1999 New York City club shooting, have sparked renewed interest in the music mogul, including allegations Combs shot someone in the face during that incident, with then-girlfriend Jennifer Lopez nearby. In December 1999, Combs, Lopez, his bodyguard Anthony Wolf Jones, and the 21-year-old rapper Jamal Shine Barrow, a Combs protege, were involved in a disagreement at Club New York in Manhattan that ended with gunfire and left 3 people injured. Combs, Lopez, and Jones left the club and led police on a chase through New York City that ended with police finding a stolen gun inside the car. Combs and Lopez were arrested, detained, and initially charged for their involvement in the shooting, but the charges were quickly dropped against Lopez. Natanya Rubin, one of the 3 people shot during the altercation, maintains Combs was the one who shot her that night, and has renewed her accusation in recent days.
There's no doubt in my mind who shot me.
You have said since really right after the shooting that it was P. Diddy who shot you.
I was standing by the front door. I watched the entire thing out. It was just male machismo and bravado at first. A lot of pushing and shoving, raised voices, hands, but then I saw them reach in their waist and draw from their hip. I instantly turned to my friends and told them, be careful, watch out. And when I turned back, I know, and I've said over and over, I've heard the voice of God. And as I said no, I looked straight forward ahead and I watched the muzzle flash from both of their guns and I felt the impact to my face instantly.
Combs, Jones, and Barrow faced charges related to gun possession, and prosecutors alleged Combs and Jones attempted to bribe the driver of the car that left the nightclub to tell police the gun was his in exchange for $50,000. After a weeks-long trial, Combs and Jones were acquitted, but a New York jury found Barrow guilty of 5 charges, including criminal possession of a weapon, first-degree assault, and reckless endangerment, though Barrow was acquitted of attempted murder. Barrow was sentenced and served nearly 9 years for his charges, though no one was ever charged and found guilty for the shooting itself. 2015. Diddy accused of swinging kettlebell at a UCLA coach.
Instead of an entourage, Sean Diddy Combs got a police escort to jail Monday. This after the 45-year-old reportedly swung a kettlebell at UCLA football strength and conditioning coordinator Sal Alosi.
Sean Diddy Combs being escorted from a police car in handcuffs.
Diddy is one angry daddy, and it's gotten him arrested. Rap impresario Sean Diddy Combs allegedly tried to bash a UCLA football coach with a heavy metal weight for yelling at his son during practice, and was busted on suspicion of felony assault at the campus Monday. He was released after posting $160,000 bail, a report said. Combs tangled with Bruin strength and conditioning coach Sal Alosi, who used to work for the Jets, at the university's training complex around 12:30 p.m., according to TMZ. The rapper allegedly brandished a weight called a kettlebell as he tried to hit the coach, who was reportedly riding Combs' son Justin, 21, a defensive back on the team. Diddy, who was 45 at that time, allegedly stormed onto the campus a day after Alosi yelled at the younger Combs, cornering him in his office. The coach had been working his son to the bone and had instructed Justin not to come back until the end of the summer, TMZ said. When Diddy confronted the coach, he was told to hang on. After he was ignored, the rapper snatched the heavy kettlebell and allegedly swung it at the former linebacker. The training equipment narrowly missed the coach, a source told TMZ, adding that it could have killed him if it had connected. 2017. Diddy sued by former chef for sexual harassment. Cindy Rueda, Combs' former chef, sued Combs in 2017 for sexual harassment, a hostile work environment, and wrongful dismissal. Rueda's suit alleged that during her time working for Combs, between January 2016 and May 8, 2016, she was chronically underpaid and expected to work excessive hours. Asked to serve food to Combs and his guests while or immediately following sexual activity, exposed to offensive objects, sexually harassed by Combs while he was naked, sexually harassed by one of Combs' naked friends while she was cooking, falsely accused of theft and fired after complaining about her working conditions. A representative for Combs called Rueda disgruntled and the lawsuit frivolous. The two ultimately settled the case in February of 2019. 2023. Diddy accused of subjecting Cassie to years-long abusive relationship. Singer Cassandra Ventura, better known as Cassie, filed a lawsuit in November of 2023 that accused Combs of ongoing abuse during a relationship that started in 2005 and lasted over a decade. Ventura was 19 when she met the then 37-year-old Combs. Cassie's self-titled album was released by his Bad Boy Records in 2006. Ventura's suit alleged that Combs raped Ventura after she attempted to leave him, beat and kicked Ventura, causing multiple injuries, blew up a man's car after learning of his romantic interest in Ventura, forced Ventura to engage in sex acts with male sex workers while masturbating and filming the encounters in different cities across the U.S., required Ventura to procure illicit prescriptions for his personal use. On November 17th, just one day after Ventura filed the case, Combs settled with her for an undisclosed amount. Joy Dickerson-Neal, who ran in similar circles to Combs, and also appeared with him in Finesse and Sinquis's Straight from the Soul music video, accused Combs of drugging and raping her in 1991. Dickerson-Neal's November 2023 lawsuit alleges that, while the two were out having dinner, Combs secretly drugged her drink, leaving her in a physical state where she could not independently stand or walk. The lawsuit goes on to allege that Dickerson-Neal, then 19 years old, was later taken to Combs' home, raped and filmed without her consent. The suit also alleges that Combs showed the video to a group of men that included her friend Devontae Swing from Jodeci. It was Swing, Dickerson-Neal claims, who alerted her to the existence of the tape. Shortly after Dickerson-Neal filed her lawsuit, a representative for Combs told multiple outlets that it was a money grab. Liza Gardner filed a lawsuit that accused Combs and singer Aaron Hall of a series of assaults against her and her then roommate in 1990. At the time, Gardner was 16 and on vacation in New York with some friends from North Carolina who had connections in the music industry. The suit alleges that after providing Gardner and her friend with alcohol during an MCA Records event, Combs and Hall invited them back to Hall's for an after-party where more alcohol was provided. At some point in the evening, Gardner says she was coerced into having sex with Combs, which left her feeling shocked and traumatized. As Gardner was getting dressed afterward, the court filing alleges, Hall barged into the room, pinned her down, and forced her to have sex with him. The suit alleges that Gardner's roommate was also forced to have sex with both men in another room. Further, it alleged that Combs, concerned that one of the girls might tell other people what happened, came to where the teens were staying a few days later and choked Gardner to the point that she passed out. In December, a Canadian woman alleged that when she was 17, she was raped by Combs, then president of Bad Boy Records Harve Pierre, and a third unnamed man. In court filings, Doe alleged that the 2003 incident happened in a bathroom at Combs' daddy's house recording studio in New York City, after the teenager had been plied with drugs and alcohol. The woman claimed she was introduced to Combs over the phone after meeting Pierre and the third man in a Detroit lounge. Combs allegedly persuaded her to fly to New Jersey by private jet with the two men shortly afterwards. Photos included in the lawsuit are said to show Doe in the studio with Combs. Before they left, Pierre allegedly smoked crack and forced Doe to give him oral sex. In November, Pierre was named in a separate suit by a former assistant, accusing him of multiple incidents of sexual harassment and assault during 2016 and 2017. Seeing other women bravely speak out against Mr. Combs and Mr. Pierre, respectively, Doe's complaint stated, gave Miss Doe the confidence to tell her story as well. Combs released a statement saying, "I did not do any of the awful things being alleged." 2024. Diddy accused of sexual assault by a male music producer. In February, producer and videographer Rodney Lil Rod Jones filed a $30 million lawsuit against Combs, as well as a variety of Combs' business and personal associates. The suit concerned incidents Jones says took place between September of 2022 and November of 2023, while he was working on Combs' The Love album. The lawsuit alleged that Combs repeatedly groped and touched Jones against his will, entertained underage girls at his homes, forced Jones to solicit sex workers and engage in intimate acts with them, served drinks laced with drugs at parties, asked Jones to work in the same room while Combs was naked, forced Jones to lie to police about a shooting incident in which one man was injured. The court filing also included multiple screenshots claimed to pertain to the allegations. Jones alleged that he was required to film Combs at length, and that he recorded hours of footage of the rapper and others engaging in serious illegal activity. One of Combs' attorneys called the allegations pure fiction and a transparent attempt to garner headlines. After Combs' Los Angeles and Miami homes were raided, Homeland Security investigations confirmed that it executed law enforcement actions as part of an ongoing investigation, with assistance from HSI Los Angeles, HSI Miami, and our local law enforcement partners. In a statement about the raid, Combs' attorney Aaron Dyer said, "This unprecedented ambush, paired with an advanced coordinated media presence, leads to a premature rush to judgment of Mr. Combs and is nothing more than a witch hunt based on meritless accusations made in civil lawsuits." In December 2022, Omar K. worked as a crew member on a yacht that Combs had leased for the holidays. The then 25-year-old worked from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. nightly and was tasked with serving dinner and drinks to Combs, his friends, and allegedly a variety of sex workers. The lawsuit makes clear that Omar K. strongly suspected that drinks on board were regularly laced with drugs. She also alleges that on December 28th, Combs' son Christian arrived heavily intoxicated, manhandled her while she was trying to serve him drinks, and forced her to sit with him. Omar K. claims that once in that position, she was intimately groped by both Sean and Christian Combs. In addition, the lawsuit includes transcripts of recordings apparently made by Rodney Lil Rod Jones, in which Omar K. repeatedly tells Christian to stop touching her, asks to leave since her shift has finished, and openly questions the content of the tequila he is pressuring her to consume. Omar K. claims that Christian then used the excuse of needing to be shown to sleeping quarters in order to get her alone and sexually assault her. She says that she succeeded in getting away from him only after another staff member entered the room. Omar K. says that she was forced to continue serving the Combs family even after complaining to the ship's captain, and that the senior Combs had given the captain a generous tip in order to keep him quiet. A timeline of these events, dating back 30 years, juxtaposed with milestones from Combs' career, displays not only a chilling history of alleged violent behavior, but the way power and celebrity have shielded him. So that will be the end of this episode, and we thank you and hope to see you soon the next one. Till then, don't forget to subscribe.